What's up guys, Demon Asylum here, bringing you a new Mass Effect Andromeda video. Patch 1.05 is now officially live, and I'm going to be going over the full patch notes here so you guys know exactly what it brought to the game in terms of additions, fixes, and changes. Real quick before I get into that though, I know a lot of you were curious about exploits and glitches. I'm going to be posting another video later today letting you guys know exactly what glitches and exploits still work after I've thoroughly looked into all of them following this new patch. For now though, let's hop into the actual patch notes. I'm going to be reading off of a BioWare article about all of this that I'll put a link to in the description down below if you guys would like to read along or just check it out instead. It starts off saying, in the new patch 1.05 from Mass Effect Andromeda, our focus was on bug fixes and improvements to the player experience. We've introduced a number of balance changes to single player and multiplayer, and resolved some issues with saves not working properly. We've also improved the lip sync and facial acting during some conversations, and have implemented a much requested change that allows players to skip the autopilot sequences in the galaxy map. Then it just says that the patch is going to start rolling out Thursday, April 6th, which of course is the day that I'm posting this today, and that they will continue to listen to our feedback, and that they thank us for working with them to create an even better Mass Effect Andromeda experience. Now onto the actual patch notes. We first have improved tutorial placement. We then have increased inventory limits. The maximum number of inventory slots you can have now is 200 in comparison to what it was before, only 80. You will start off with 100, and then your 2 cryopod upgrades you can get for inventory will give you 50 more slots each. Single player balance changes are to ammo crates, armor, weapons, nomad, profiles, attacks, and progressions. Unfortunately, no specifics here. Maybe we will get more specifics and details about this moving forward, but for right now, unfortunately, we don't have any. Multiplayer balance changes, weapons, cover, and enemies, same kind of a deal with this. Improved matchmaking and latency in multiplayer, added option to skip autopilot sequences in the galaxy map, decreased the cost of remnant decryption keys and made them more accessible at merchants. Before, they were an ultra rare item and they cost like 3,000 to 4,000. Now they are an uncommon item and they cost only around like 400 to 500. Improved the logic, timing, and continuity for relationships and story arcs. Improved the lip sync and facial acting during some conversations, including localized VO. Fixed an issue with Ryder's movements when running in a zigzag pattern. Improved the appearance of eyes for human and Asari characters. Fixed various collision issues. Fixed bugs where music or VO wouldn't play or wasn't correct. Fixed an issue where global squad mate banter sometimes wasn't firing on UNCs. Fixed issue where player was unable to access the Remnant console interface after failing decryption multiple times. Fixed issue where fast travel is sometimes disabled after recruiting Drac until the player reloads a save. Fixed issue where Ryder can become stuck in the start of biotic charge pose. Fixed issues related to some saves. Fixed issue where objective sometimes becomes uninteractable for players in multiplayer. And finally, streaming and stability improvements. So definitely a decent sized list of things here that came with this patch, and honestly a good handful of which were so desperately needed for the game and that I'm very happy about. You know, things like increased inventory, improved matchmaking and latency in multiplayer, the option to skip autopilot sequences in the galaxy map, the visual stuff, the audio stuff. Some of these things personally I haven't had happen to me, but I've definitely seen other people have issues with, and so I'm really happy to see some of these things, you know, with like saving issues and you know, characters getting stuck or not being able to progress in the story. You know, there's a good handful of things within this patch that fix a lot of those main issues that big groups of people were having with those kind of things. So again, really happy to see the majority of these being very desperately needed things in the game right now. Anyway guys, that is everything that has come from this new patch 1.05. If there is any questions or concerns about any of this stuff, go ahead and post in the comment section. And again, I'll have another video coming out later today regarding what glitches and exploits do still work after this patch and which ones have been fixed, if any at all. Hopefully none of them were, but there is always a chance, of course, so you guys will have that information later. But as for now, if you guys have enjoyed this video or found it helpful, feel free to drop a like on it down below and subscribe for many more Mass Effect Andromeda videos to come. Thanks for watching everybody, and peace out.